Hello, welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Danny, and I am recording an episode for you guys today about things to not waste your time on in recovery. We talk a lot about great things to do and mindsets to have, and I think that those are really the most important thing, but I do get a lot of questions about like, hey, this or that, like like maca powder, chia seeds, seed cycling, etc. Like little things. And, are these helpful or beneficial? Or could you tell me more about how these could be beneficial? That kind of thing. And you might notice, you probably haven't noticed, but you could, that I don't have a whole lot of content out about like flaxseed for getting your period back, or seed cycling for getting your period back, or maca powder, or like any of these superfoods, right? Or any of these things you can do. And the truth is, a lot of them are putting the cart before the horse. They, maybe they're good for hormone balance, but they're not good for amenorrhea. And doing an episode on like the difference between hormone balance and amenorrhea is a good idea. I should write that down. But yeah, like there are different things. Recovery is the creation and restoration of hormones, right? Just because you get yourself out of amenorrhea doesn't mean you're balanced your hormones, doesn't mean you're in homeostasis. It just means you've crawled your way up out of a hole. So when we approach these things that are popularly talked about in the hormone balancing women's health space, when we look to those things for getting our period back, it starts to get confusing, right? I don't talk about them because they don't really have anything to do with recovery. You know what I mean? So here are some things that you should just not really bother focusing on right now through this recovery phase. Maybe later, right? I'm not saying they don't have application, but right now you're trying to like fit a square peg through a round hole if you're focusing on those things, and you're putting cart before the horse if you're focusing on those things. So the first one here is superfoods. I don't know, whatever's hot right now. Acai berries, chia seeds, maca, like you name it. It has no bearing on your ability to get your period back. It just doesn't. Like, you cannot superfood your way out of recovery, like your way out of HA, if you are under eating. You know what I mean? Like, I've been there. I did the bone broth thing. Bone broth can bring my period back. Even like, it's a different point. I'm gonna get to that one later. But just at the end of the day, you're in a exercise surplus, calorie deficit. You're in an energy deficit. Your body just needs calories, right? So if you're still controlling your calories, but like eating your flaxseed or doing your seed cycling, whatever, right? Because that's just like different types of seeds, pumpkin seeds, flaxseed, and things like that at different times. I would put that in the superfood category. If that's how you're approaching it, hoping that like you can kind of get enough special nutrients to make your body think it has enough calories coming in, it's not going to happen. So during this time, you can put your wallet away and stop spending time Googling and looking for magical food stuffs like that are going to help you. The most superfoods for recovery are carbs, protein, and fat. Like, find those, make that the focus, and you'll be solid. The second one, hormone balancing workouts. Anyone trying to tell you they can get your period back with a workout program is unclear themselves on how this works. And choosing to get your period back with someone who is offering a workout program as a solution, right? Absolutely, there are ways to train with your hormones and for the benefit of your hormones, but there is not a version of this where you have a special personal trainer or workout program that gets you your period back, that like improves your metabolism and like takes the stress off your body whilst like maintaining gains and getting stronger. So no, that's snake oil at this time. You can go to that kind of person after you have a menstrual cycle, and it becomes more about maintaining hormone homeostasis, developing allostasis in order to keep your period and, you know what I mean, not lose it again. So don't bother with like hormone balancing workout routines. It's not a thing. Okay. Okay, you can stop increasing your food intake on low calorie foods and diet foods. That's the next thing you can just stop doing, right? If your idea is like, and I did this, I totally did this. This is how I know these things need to be on the list, because I've been there and I've done that. If you're eating more food, but that food is made primarily of water, you're wasting time, right? You're not going to get your period back increasing your cucumber intake. You're not going to get your period back increasing your squash intake. You're not going to get your period back eating 2 more rice cakes a day. You're not going to get your period back using PB Fit instead of peanut butter, right? The diet foods, high volume, low calorie foods are not serving you right now. I know that we want to not gain weight, and I know that we want to still feel in control and healthy, right? But potatoes are healthy. Like rice is great. Bread can be great. You know what I mean? Apples are fine. But the whole banana instead of just the half banana is like, you're not losing health, right? So being like, I want to do this a healthy way is BS, because you can eat sufficient calories. There are quote unquote healthy foods that are not diet foods. So we have to be really clear on the difference between healthy foods and diet foods. And we need to stop wasting our time trying to get our menstrual cycle back on diet food and feeling good because like, well, I'm eating this whole bowl of food. I'm so full. My plate is full. Like, look at all the food I'm eating. But it's like protein pancakes. And it's like a huge bowl with like 0% yogurt. You know what I mean? That's something to keep an eye out for sure. Okay, the next one you have permission to stop wasting your time and money with is supplementing your way out of recovery, right? So I talk a lot about supplements that I think are really beneficial. I have blogs on the website about supplements that are helpful through recovery, but you'll find that like when we get a new client who has a laundry list of supplements, they're taking iron, vitamin D, vitamin C, they're taking calcium, they're taking magnesium, they're taking selenium, all the things, but they're not eating enough food. It's like, again, kind of like the superfoods thing. We're trying to like supplement our way out of recovery. It's not possible. No one started taking tons and tons of supplements and then got their period back. Actually, more often than not, especially if you're taking a lot of things, all that happened was you stressed your body out and it has more things to detoxify, right? So the problem is it doesn't have enough energy. It's tired, it's run down, it's stressed, it's in fear. And you've gone, maybe I don't have enough iron and magnesium, so let's put all this stuff in it. And now the body has to deal with these likely incorrect dosages of what it needs that are in less absorbable forms, right? You're urinating them out, you're not eating sufficient calories to actually make the supplements effective, because that's a thing, right? Or like, there's so many parts to supplements. Like there's so much to supplements where, if you're taking lots of zinc because you're low in zinc, but like actually the issue isn't that necessarily you're low in zinc, but it's that you're low in copper, and like the two need each other. And what you actually needed to do was be supplementing with copper, but you didn't know that. Your test just came back in low in zinc. it's not, sorry if you heard that, there's like a dog outside my door that just coughed. It can be, oh, he's barking. He has a weird bark. It can be really not good for you, actually, to take a bunch of supplements. Remember that your brain is the perfect chemist. Down to the second, it is producing the perfect amount of what you need in your body. Way better than taking the exact same dosage of vitamin C and magnesium, right, all the time. It can actually create the response it wants in the body down to the second with what it needs. The problem is you're not giving it the food it needs to do its job, right? So supplementation comes in a lot, especially in our practice, because when you have been missing a period for a long time, maybe you've been severely underweight for a long time, maybe you've been on birth control for a long time, there are going to be nutrient deficiencies that sometimes whole food cannot handle. But if you're putting the cart before the horse and not eating whole food, the supplements are less effective, the supplements are stressful on your body, the supplements are wasting your money, and the supplements are not doing anything. So you can stop wasting your time on that until you are actually at a place where your food is nourishing enough. But side note, I do recommend desiccated beef liver for everyone, but remember that that is real food, just in desiccated form. It's not really a supplement, you know what I mean? Okay. I've got one more, although there are many, maybe we'll do a part 2. But I have one more for today, which is you can stop worrying about eating too much of something in your recovery. For the absolute most part, you don't have to be like, I'm worried that if I eat too much sugar during recovery, I'm gonna get like less healthy. No, you're already less healthy. You need food. Just like have it, right? I think for some people, it's actually an ingenuine thing to use as an excuse to continue controlling food, right? If you are aware of the downsides of sugar, that's not gonna go out the window tomorrow, right? You're aware. So I think that you likely have a really good idea of what a reasonable portion of sugar is for the average person. You are just afraid of having it because it will make you less healthy, fit girl, perfect, valuable. It's not a symbol of success and productivity for you to be eating in that way. So I doubt that you're gonna just go gorge yourself on sugar, right? But if you're completely restricting it, and so you're just not getting food in, you're not getting calories in, you still have a whole lot of rules, there's a lot of things that you're completely restricting, you're wasting your time, right? You're wasting your time and energy worrying that like this is the healthy and right way to do recovery. Again, protein, carbs, fat, a nice solid amount of each of them. Where you get them from in early recovery is different to how you optimize your nutrition for health goals. This is a multiple stage process for many people. So for us, we work with a client, we're taking them from no period to having a baby, right? There's the process of starting recovery, recovering, maintaining recovery, and getting pregnant. And maybe they get pregnant right away, you know, but everyone's a bit different. And depending on someone's history, we're not necessarily, like, what we use to get them a period won't always be what we use to get them pregnant, right? They are different phases. Getting your period back is different to optimizing for fertility, and getting your period back can be different to completely resolving all of your reproductive hormone issues. So remember, it's multi-pronged, and your first step is just to recover. And you're already less healthy without a period. So feeling like, having some chocolate every day, or having like full fat something every day, even though fat's actually good for you and low fat sucks, you know what I mean? But thinking that those are the problem is putting the cart before the horse. No, it's like not a valuable use of your time. So eat your food, carbs, protein, fat, stop restricting, enjoy the process. And I hope this was helpful. If there's anything that you're wondering, is this beneficial? Is this actually helpful? I want to know, and I would love to talk about it with you. So feel free to comment below, shoot me a message. I'm on Instagram. I just joined Threads at Danny Sheriff, and we'll see you guys next week. If this was helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel so that you get alerted every time we upload a helpful video for recovery. Bye.